Hello and welcome to some of my home movies from when I was a kid and I had a little Super 8 camera. Could never afford the film to go in it, but still, once in a while I was able to get the 10 or 12 quid I think it used to cost and get the film, and it's very childish and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but means something to me and possibly some of my friends who were around at the time. So let's have a look at the footage. This is Lee Saunders, and we're at Cardiff, Wales Airport, which used to have a little aircraft museum next to it, and here's me pretending that by pushing the switches he'd actually managed to turn the hovercraft that he's getting out of upside down. Cardiff, Wales Airport was a big fascination to me as a kid. I was always cycling up there from our house in the suburb across Porthcurry Park, and I used to go up there and look at the planes taking off and look at the planes landing, and eventually I was to learn how to fly in an aircraft just like that at Cardiff Wales Airport. So this guy not doing a very good landing there, a little bit heavy, but still interesting little place. And there's somebody getting out of a rather nice aircraft and somebody taking off in a Cessna. And this is the car park of Cardiff Wales Airport, and that's the aircraft museum, which is in the distance, which is basically aircraft graveyard. Didn't want to pay the money to remove the aircraft probably. And this is inside Cardiff Wales Airport, and I don't realise obviously panning around really quickly is not good when you've got a cine camera, but there we are, Cardiff Wales Airport from the outside. And a lake, wow. And there's Lee going, "Oh, I'm sad to see you go, goodbye." So, you know, there we go. A bit silly. Probably about 10 years old at that point, I expect. And the planes used to take off. Oh, here we are. Here's my mate Rob. This is a couple of years later. So a bit of special effects there. More special effects. Rob showing his arse. He seemed to have a thing about showing his arse. There's me. Yeah, he used to like mooning a lot. Rob. Here he is doing a special effect. He jumps and goes into the air and then lands on the wall. Wow. And then there's me shaking the camera around to see what it would look like if you just shake the camera around. We don't really know what we're doing here. And then Rob demonstrating how he can swerve his mum's car around. We're obviously about 17 or 18 at this point. We've just learned to drive and we're abusing our parents' cars, as all good children do. There he is, swerving around again, and I think he was going to try and show me some handbrake turns up here but decided against it. So this is driving through Tonpentra in Wales, and here we are passing John Cavanagh, an old friend of ours. Haven't seen him in many years, but he'll probably watch us on YouTube and have a laugh. And this is Rob turning around at the end of his street. It's all very exciting at this point. I'm sure you're enthralled. And Rob pulling faces as he's driving. And then me trying to do some special effects again. God knows why. And this is the Bulch Mountain Road, which goes from the Rhondda Valleys into the sort of Brecon Valleys, really. And it's very picturesque. There's some waterfalls that come down, and a little hut that's supposed to contain somebody who looks after the hill. There's a little bit of me. There's a man, looks like he was taking a dump in front of his dog, but maybe not. And then driving back down the mountain again, and you can see into the Rhondda Valleys here. Oh, there's Rob's mum, Menir, I believe her name was. Hope she's still around. I'm not sure if Menir's still around, actually. There's me being silly again. Menir was a Welsh speaker and doing a bit of funny. Now here we are, Rob's fascination with arses again, trying to pull my tracksuit bottoms down. Me trying to dance around like a twat for some reason, and then saying "fuck off, you wanker" to the camera. There we go. That's our back garden. That's more of our back garden view of the valley where we used to live. Oh, my father still lives there. Mum's passed on now, obviously, but that's the view behind the back of our house. And there's Rob saying, "I shall do a dance routine for you." and tap dance. So he's doing his little tap routine here. Don't know where he quite learnt this from, but he's a big Rocky Horror Picture Show fan. I think he was just about to show his arse again then, but it looked like it, didn't it? Funny. There's me doing sillies, and then slowed down so you can actually see the face a bit more. There's me. Looked a bit different then. And me with some sort of CB radio. There's Rob trying to grab my tracksuit bottoms, and they sort of slow down for this action shot, and he tries to, but he doesn't quite expose my arse. So then there's me dancing again like a knob, and me going fuck you, you wanker. And I think we've got to slow down, not that we really need to have a slowdown of this, but just to make it more painful for me to watch. Here's me dancing around in a silvery blue reflective tracksuit, which I would not be seen dead in these days. Bit of sort of David Icke territory there, but I was quite young. These things were fashionable at one time. Then telling the camera to fuck right off, and obviously that's it. So, hope you enjoyed watching the first instalment of my stupid Super 8 movies.